Hello, and welcome to episode 9 of the DomJake podcast. I am your host, Dominic, and here's my co-host, Jacob.
That's me.
And for the first time in podcast history, we have a special guest with us. Will you mind introducing yourself?
Yep, my name is Skipper. My real name is Carlos Tilla, and nice to meet you guys. Glad to be here.
All right, so for this episode, we're going to be talking about, I'm sure we've all heard of the Purge, right?
Yep.
And I was kind of came to my mind one day and like, how could this, imagine in real life we had this event. Would you be the one wanting to commit the crime, or would you try to, like pretty much cover your whole house from someone breaking in?
Jake, you want to go first?
Oh, I wouldn't mind that, but I think you need to take care of something first.
So, Dom, actually, for those of us who don't know, what is the Purge?
Well, pretty much there's no laws. You can do whatever crime you want. Essentially, like, there's no laws.
Yeah, you pretty much do whatever you want, and the police will not stop you. And it's pretty much like anarchy in the streets, and people will eventually, like, if people really hate you, they will go for you or something, or you just steal whatever you want. And that's pretty much the Purge in a nutshell. And I think it lasts like what, a day or something.
Usually, I believe it is like that day, or I think some stories, not the movie or the book that the movie was based off of, but I believe some stories even do like a week or something. But typically, it is a day, good old 24-hour cycle.
Yeah, because it depends on if the government just decides, like, you know what, we're gonna have one day of people just doing whatever they want. If it's like a week, oh boy, it's gonna be crazy out there.
Just watch your back. That's all we gotta say.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. So thank you for the little definition of what a purge is. With that, we can purge past the. No, I'm not gonna do that. With that, we can move on to actually discuss.
All right.
Who would like to go?
I mean, okay. I'm sure as you all know, I like spicy things, and I'm sure if there was a 24-hour purge cycle, maybe I would find all the hot sauces I want. I mean, I'm sure this doesn't come to a surprise to anybody.
Like, you're gonna steal it?
Yeah, steal all the hot sauces.
The hot sauces.
Don't you have like a bigger goal than just hot sauce?
Probably like the whole factory that like all the peppers out there, I guess. I don't know.
Damn.
All right. Then, I'm pretty sure deep down inside of us, everyone has a dark side to them, right?
Pretty much. We all have a dark side.
Because if the Purge were real, right? People that have, like, you hate someone really badly, right?
Oh.
And they will use this time to pretty much kill whoever they want to kill, pretty much, or because people will be murder, like, have these murderer like personality inside them. Like, let's be honest here, guys.
I'm sure we have
like America nowadays is full of shootings and stuff, and because I wouldn't be surprised if nowadays people are using this time to actually prepare for an actual purge one day, or just when the government falls, and then that's will be like the purge. Like, you don't need any laws because they actually took down the government or something. But that's just my opinion.
It's definitely a sociopath's dream come true.
Yeah, because anyone that's a sociopath or a psychopath that's deep inside them can finally have a excuse to do whatever the hell they want,
Totally, yeah.
And
we all have a person we probably don't like, and we want to get revenge on that person. But the law...
I'm pretty sure you have someone in mind in high school to beat you up, Dominic.
Yep.
Because we all know that if the Purge were real, you will want to, I'm not naming any names, but
we're not gonna name anybody, but
yeah, we're not gonna name any names, but you know what I'm talking about. But,
yeah.
But yeah, I get but I mean, I don't know if I should admit it, but everyone does. Everyone has those days where you just hate this. Well, not like hate's a strong word. You just
That's
do
like-
not. You just do not like this person.
You just have like those scorched earth, but you just kind of want to kind of keep your cool.
Yeah, because like I said, like nowadays, like people are shooting each other, and I'm pretty sure that's like stage one of a purge waiting to happen or something.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like the whole idea of people getting that thought, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go to the store and see if I could, buy an AK-57 and bring it to anywhere
Yeah,
and do that. That starts with that brainchild of, mm, I guess I'll get this for protection, and then I guess I'll protect myself while inside someone's house illegally.
yeah. Because also, like people, with the riots going on, people are going out there with guns, and just they're like, oh, what amendment was it? The Second Amendment with the guns, if I'm
Yep,
correct.
Yeah, the right to bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, they're gonna use that excuse every time, and then they're gonna be like, oh, whoops, I'm just defending myself. So and then they call it like an accidental killing or something.
Oops, I shot him. Oh, it's
So
I'm
that's
just defending
also
myself.
that's also like another like early stage purge right there. Also another thing, racism, right? So people will actually the racists out there will be happy if there's a purge, because the modern day KKK will be glad to get all the racists that they don't like, and then string them up and hang them from a tree or something. And it's just unfortunate that there's still racism going on in this time of age. But if the purge were real, the racists will absolutely love it. Agree or disagree?
I'm pretty much okay. I do agree with that, but I'm going to kind of be a little bit optimistic with this one. With more of the racism happening and unnecessary lynchings. Well, is it necessary if it's legal to do so? Whatever. But we'll get into that can of worms a little bit later. But I would like to believe that there's also going to be a faction of people who will try to revolt against that and try to prevent that from happening, even though there might not be anything in it for
Yeah,
them in the moment.
I agree with you with that one. It's gonna be a civil war between like the actual racists and then the people, because I like to believe that there's people like pretty much 80% of the Americans here are against that stuff, but you're gonna have those little people who have nothing better to do than just hate everyone's race other than their own.
That's racist.
And that's so.
Or just like making everything about race, even when there's nothing to do with it.
Yeah, because
That's true.
the Capitol attack is pretty much a purge right there, right?
Yeah, good old January 7th, 2020.
And then Trump himself pretty much endorsed himself in that one. He's like, hey Americans, I will personally endorse the purge, the early start of the purge by attacking the Capitol. Go ahead and make my day. And then that's pretty much what happened.
I'm sorry, but I didn't know Trump was in this call too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually good.
But agree or disagree. Like that's just pretty much like an early purge right there, capital wise. That's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. I'm just looking at these jumping off points because I kind of typed a little bit out on a document, and
We
kind of want to see if we could do one of them, but I want to
yeah,
know which
so-
one would be perfect.
I mean, we could go back to what you can do in a purge if it were to happen. Dominic said he will steal all the hot sauces that he can.
Yeah, actually,
So far, that's
Like
kind
the,
of what I thought.
we should do the comedic ones, though, I guess, now, and kind of lean into eventually saying possible serious things, but
Yeah.
you know what? We could also hold back are true deep dark crimes that we might commit, and kind of do
That's
the
just like the
try to
same kinds of things
preserve
I
our
would steal.
humanity.
I don't think hot sauce are as valuable as like something serious, but hey, if I can do it, I can do it. I'm not, but not that I condone doing it, but
I mean, I would just eat at any restaurant if I can without paying. That's what I would do.
that would, well, that would be great. Eat all the chicken wings I want.
Yeah, that's what I would do, really.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, actually, yeah, thievery though. If we're talking about thievery, something that I would probably do is see if I could manage to snag some, you know, good old $1,000 or $10,000 of pocket change that maybe the neighbors might have just somewhere in their piggy bank somewhere, right?
Well, if
And
yeah, that would.
thievery is I guess consensual because everyone agreed to this whole idea in the first place of uh, tomorrow we are purging and we'll just see what happens. A good old government experiment. But I would like to see if I could get like a big hefty wad and not file it in my tax, just evade and dodge everything.
Mm.
What are they gonna do? I mean, like I fudged the papers and I got, you know, I'm gonna change the number, but $10 million in my bank account now, just because I fudged the numbers and there's no consequence on that day of doing it.
Okay.
Stunks.
Yeah, stonks. But like another thing I would do personally is to drive in a dream car that I always wanted.
Oh yeah.
Do we care to share
Especially-
that?
Wait, what was that?
Especially.
Do you care to share what kind?
Well, if someone has like a Lamborghini riding around, because I did see
Yeah.
one. I did see one in Norwich. I'm like, what in the God's name is a Lamborghini doing in Norwich?
Well, somebody just happens to have one.
But one of my dream cars is a Camaro. So, and there's plenty of Camaros here. So pretty much the latest one. And then if someone's driving it, I'll just pull poor sucker out of the thing GTA style and just bye. And that will be it.
Give me that thing right now.
But Dom, is there anything else besides
Just like peppers
stealing hot sauces?
Because
I'm pretty sure there's more.
more.
To this,
There's more things probably, but that's like the only tame thing out of other things that are valuable. But
yeah, that's literally the most that's the most safest thing you could do is just steal hot sauces.
You
sure,
probably don't want to hear any dark sides of me, but I don't know.
I mean, we shouldn't admit to what we're gonna do in the future, but this is a Purge episode, so
yeah. So I don't know.
We're totally fine with cutting out things and stuff that you could personally share things here and then 5 hours later just say no, not that one.
Maybe.
but you could actually purge the idea, right? I have a little comment about the hot sauce thievery. If only if he wants to, how do I put this in a good manner?
What I would steal besides that, probably a dream car that I would want to steal. I remember when I was a lot younger. I mean it's old now, but I remember we used to have a Toyota Previa car.
Toyota Previa.
It's like an old minivan. I used to.
A minivan? Come on, Dominic. You can do better than that. Don't you want like a Charger, a Dodge Charger or something?
Yeah, if I just find one in the road,
I can guarantee you there's one in the road. It's not like a Lamborghini where it's rare to have one in Connecticut. I've seen a lot of Dodge Chargers here. But yeah, you can do better than a minivan, Dominic.
A Corvette, I could probably.
Corvette. Yeah, Corvette.
I'll gladly take one.
Wait a minute. We gotta actually be factual here, though. If his true goal is to go into hot pursuit, see what I did there, and get all the sauces, he probably needs all the space that he could get. The minivan's perfect. But
Oh
then
yeah,
again,
that is
get an
perfect.
18-wheeler instead.
No, you
Or
could get like a Hummer or something if you want
or
something big or something.
what about? Or I could just steal the nearest city bus or the seat bus and just
The
like
seat.
smuggle all the sauces in there and all the seats.
Mm.
So
What about you, Jake? What would be your dream car if the purge were to happen and you just steal it?
Hmm. So I know I've seen a few of uh the charging stations every now and then. So I know
So the Tesla?
there's yes. Um, I'd probably pretty much consider doing that,
That's
and
also
then
that's also my secondary car too. Because
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what you could do that scare the crap out of people. Like there's a honk there's like a modified honk beeper thing. You can play any audio you want. So you could play like any like a scary music or something while chasing someone.
honestly, I'd probably consider just doing the loudest like train horn, just right behind it. Or like some sort of just to play with people's minds.
something like that.
No,
Just do a siren.
another thing that scare I heard like another thing scares people is like the when the TV has like that
Right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the emergency alert
yeah
system.
emergent yeah
That
that
horn.
scares the
Yeah.
crap out of me, bro. So you could do that or something like
Oh, maybe like a loud, I don't know, Richter scale or like a wait, is it Richter scale? Uh, the the uh, the fallout warning system, the Geiger sound. Um,
no you
and
could
then
I mean you could also do the
Oh, that. I hear that every now and then.
no because have you guys heard like the sirens like they tested out and stuff?
yeah,
Yeah,
I live pretty much right next to where it goes off.
so I'm just like I was like it's gonna be Fallout. But yeah, that could also scare people too.
Fallout Newberry, right? Instead of Vegas. No.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh, is that
so we covered what would we steal. So what would be the next topic?
Oh yeah. So what we have here is would our actions differ if the purge length was shorter versus longer? I mean, didn't I think we kind of? I don't know if we cover that specific.
We only mentioned that like some stories say like, oh, 1 day, and then I've seen some that are like a week. But would our actions be because of the fact that it'll be longer or shorter depending on what the length is? But what would we do if it was a month long and we had ample
Well,
time to prepare or ample time to do whatever, right?
Well,
If it was the purge month.
well, if it was real today, I don't know how many people are sociopaths that's waiting for this to happen, or there's just the people that are just like gonna barricade themselves and will defend themselves if they have to. So you don't really know who's good or bad in those in a month you said.
Yeah, I mean
So
like
so it's either like if someone runs out of food, and then they're either gonna look for food or they're gonna go steal for food because you can't. America nowadays is crazy. So so if we do have a month, I can guarantee you there will be huge casualties over some supplies and stuff because supermarkets will likely be cleaned out, some of them, and some of them will probably defend supplies or something. I don't know if the military can do much in the purge, like send some supplies every now and then and see who gets it first. But that's just my scenario of what would happen if it was a month or something.
yeah, I couldn't imagine like many of the shelves still being, stocked with, a glorious year's worth of food for everybody in the county or whatever the heck. Um, like if it was that month period, I could possibly imagine just there would be like no houses on a specific neighborhood sort of deal. Because, oh, well, we could light the houses on fire while these people are
They're like,
committing their crimes in a different place, and then like, oh, now the neighborhood's gone. But
or
oh,
what if you're sleeping and then just someone just burns your house?
Yeah, exactly.
and cooks you alive, so it actually solves your hunger.
Yeah, guess
So,
so.
I mean, if the government were to do this, I can see, for a month, like, hey, let's just test this out, uh let's have the weak people die and have the strong live, if they're gonna go by that, like by a month or something, because like I said, you're gonna have people literally loot houses and kill people or something if they run out of supplies for a month, and then that's just what's gonna happen, and you just gotta be prepared to defend yourself. And let's be honest here, guys. Will our generation survive this?
That's a good topic that I actually didn't even foresee happening. Um, yeah,
Well,
yes and no.
I mean, depends on how they were
Because if the
raised.
purge were to happen, right, and the government somehow cuts the Wi-Fi or something,
Okay,
eh,
without Wi-Fi, no.
then there's no way in hell people will survive. Like, I don't think. I mean, I can. I will be like, I was like, oh crap, my phone's gone, but I just have to adapt to it. But I can guarantee you, the rest of the people will not survive without electronics, and that's just a sad fact.
Yeah, I mean, so something that I have and is pretty much looking at me right now is a battery-powered keyboard. I got some music for a good while, at least
Yeah,
until the batteries die, or we run out, or we don't get ransacked and other people have my batteries. But
I
this,
mean, another good thing to have too is a generator.
and yes, that's harder to steal, but I'm sure people will try. Um,
Well, then
Oh,
you
you
gotta
would.
find the
I mean,
gasoline for that generator.
also gasoline will be
Oh,
a rare
wow.
resource too.
yeah, liquid black gold.
And I don't know why people would steal money, because you can pretty much steal whatever you want while the purge is happening. I mean, you could steal money, and then when the purge is over, you're somehow rich, and the police can do nothing about it.
Yeah, you have that way to just fall back on it if you do need something in the future anyway. Because
And I can guarantee you, the hackers, like the good hackers, will definitely break into anyone's account, and then pop, 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 your money's gone.
They'd have a field day.
Yeah, they will have a field day. At heck, the I don't know if the government will actually stop people, like, just to start bombs, just bombing, nuclear, like start finding nuclear launch codes or something, because they're
oh, shoot, because there wouldn't be any stigma from, you know, the president deciding, hey, the whole eastern part of Europe is gone now. Like, there's no
yeah,
stopping that.
yeah, because we're already getting a nuclear warning from the Ukraine Russian thing, so I don't know if that will actually come true. But we're talking about, just people who, it's like the government's like, do whatever you want, even hacking. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna hack the government launch code for the nukes, and then just bomb anything, just for the hell of it. Because you have people like that, and that's just, that's scary.
Right, yeah, and especially worse whenever they're, kind of at a position that they could actually do some harm. Um, it is one thing if you get that weirdo who has never seen a computer in bumfuck nowhere in Nebraska or something like that, and they have nowhere to commit these heinous ideas that they might have. But as
Yeah.
soon as you get that guy who is who knows the codes to the missiles, that's probably game over. Start a new file on Mars or something.
Also, getting back to our generation, right? So I don't really know what to think of our generation and which one's a sociopath and which one is just general like because our generation is just a bunch of weirdos. And agree or disagree, Dom and Jay.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
like I said, gray area, kind of like
depends
I
on.
said.
Because there are some teenagers out there that have done unspeakable things and do stupid stuff because they're dumb and then they don't know any better. So
I mean,
would you think this purge is good for our generation, or it's just gonna destroy us altogether?
I guess destroy everyone, really. I mean, I feel like all generations have their their ups and downs. They all have their own flaws, but I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which generation you are, but
No,
it
but
depends on
I somehow feel like our generation is just stupid because
to an extent.
there's no way in hell like they would defend themselves if God forbid they get attacked or something. They're gonna die. Like
Well,
they're going to die by by people who actually know what they're doing or something. And then you're gonna have people who actually hate someone that decides that's gonna kill them or something, like their best friend that they always secretly hated or something. Well, I don't know. That's just my opinion about our generation. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
I guess I could be the optimist in the room because, right before, whenever racism came up, I would like to think that there was, that opposing faction rather, and in this case, I feel like it's kind of the same too. Um, Mainly because I'm just thinking of outliers here, right? Where it's like you get that 14-year-old who somehow has 50 years of construction knowledge in,
Yeah,
a 14-year-old body, and it's like, oh, they just ran away. They're in the woods and they know how to ward off people. So okay, they know it, and who knows? I mean, like in that world of the purge, right? Uh, it's either trust yourself or trust no one sort of deal, or maybe there is someone who's out there that you actually can trust in that scenario, and that's how factions do happen. But it's usually beneficial to all parties involved.
yeah.
So
Speaking of
I
that,
would like
yes,
to think of that.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Because I don't because teenagers have packs, so you're gonna group them with each and single one of them, and that's gonna be scary because you're gonna have a faction of that group made up of like football people or something and jocks or something. It's pretty much gonna be like school all over again. You're gonna have like factions of groups of people. You're gonna identify. You're gonna have the group of emo kids that decides to like death to the system, and then the purge happens, and then they just start to stab anyone that they can find or something, or
Like just any group, they'd start something.
yeah,
Like,
or
popular kids.
yeah, or the jocks are gonna steal every beer that they can. They're gonna party or whatever, and
Or it's like any.
whoever that they find like like a weakling or something, they're gonna beat up or some shit. Or and then you're gonna have
Well,
the girls who know they especially the 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 beautiful looking ones. They're gonna be like, or the bitchy ones, pretty much like they're gonna be like, oh, you are like, I hated you, and then they just started to kill that person or something. So that's been I think it's gonna go that way, guys. So I don't know about you, because I agree with Jake about the whole faction thing, because you're gonna have they're gonna have groups of people, especially.
I can agree on that.
But Dom, what do you think about our generation, purge wise?
Purge wise, well, I mean, I'm sure we most of us grew up with. I'm sure we were like the first generation to grow up with like technology, like smartphones. I'm sure we'll figure some kind of like we probably mentioned stealing money. We could probably do what the people in the call centers do and steal other people's money. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
but my question to you is, what do you think? Like, how will our generation, you know, will fare in this purge, or because they're like I said, they can make groups of factions, like with their friend group, and then they do whatever they want or something, because you don't know who's a sociopath or a psychopath
Also depends on
in our
how.
in literally in our grade. Like, I don't know who's like secretly a sociopath.
Mm-hmm. I
There are
don't know.
some you might think of, but like you really never know.
Yeah, you really never know, because I'm surprised.
I guess the
Our
most quiet kids are probably sociopaths. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Or they're
No,
just
no,
anxious.
no, because there's a bunch of people I know. I'm not gonna name any names, but there's a bunch of people that I know. If you piss him off enough, he will go off on you.
I've seen sometimes that happening. So yes,
So, I'm just, like, because every school, like, our generation wise, it's gonna have its fair share of sociopaths, and they're gonna take advantage of this and kill whoever they find that they're that's bullied them in something. It's pretty much gonna be school shooter, but it's legal now. And they're gonna turn the whole school into a Call of Duty map, but except you're the one with the gun and stuff.
It seems like our generation is just gonna like fight a lot more.
No, I mean, you don't know, because at this point you're not gonna know who to trust. Like, I'm like, because like because I don't care how close you are with that person, you can't really trust anybody, and that's just agree or disagree. I don't care how close you are with whoever you've been friends with. Eventually, there's gonna be a time where they tell, like, his family or something tells him, like, you gotta loot his food or something. Go ahead, he'll trust you, right,
I
Jake?
do.
In this day
I
and
do
age.
agree with that, but there is some credence to what he was saying about our generation kind of fighting, and I don't mean physical
No, like
attack. What I'm saying is, I think that Dom is right about us getting too in over our heads and saying the things before anybody else that we probably shouldn't say, to start egging people on and like, oh yeah, you're a big man with a big gun. Oh, I'm dead now, right? Like,
Yeah,
our generation is probably mouthy. Let's just put it that way.
yeah, they're all barking no bite or something.
Yeah, and the ones that do have fight probably get a bit harder, right?
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with that, because nowadays, like, everyone's just all bark and no bite, really. But yeah,
yeah.
but that's just pretty much it with the generation in Purge and stuff. But what's next on the agenda?
Next bullet point was like, would the consequences carry over after the purge period? So
Oh,
Regardless, some of it is yes. I mean, like, if you're taking somebody's life or some animal's life, because we didn't even talk about that. Like, oh, the neighbor's dog, and I like dogs. I'm just using this as an example. The neighbor's dog woke me up at 5 a.m. today because of this raging, howling, barking nonsense. Oh, it's the purge. All right, I guess I'm having hot dogs, right? Or like they'll they'll get rid of that problem, but hey, the neighbor still knows, unless you take care of that loose end too,
that
that
neighbor's dog is, or
they're gone.
oh, also another thing too. I think so remember when we were talking about, like, supplies and stuff
Yes.
over a month. So if the government decides to put us on a purge for a month or something, I think the farm animals will get a casualty, because we're gonna use them all for, like, freaking food or something.
oh, we get
So there's pretty much no more spare cows or something like that. I think
maybe,
that's also gonna take a hit too, casualty wise.
Yeah, I felt bad for like the farm animals in that regard because like
I
I
actually
don't
thought
think
about that a bit earlier. It's like, could I steal like the local cows and I can make my own hamburgers?
Yeah, that and pretty much. I mean, also another thing because that's with our generation too, and I don't know if there's gonna be parents who knows how to cut a cow or something, but I'm pretty sure people will figure it out. But I don't think people have the survival instincts to even do that. Let's be honest here. Some people do, and some people won't. That know how to
yeah,
cut meat and stuff.
and yeah, it is also worth mentioning that in regards to like the farm animals, a lot of the time people are wanting their food now and don't try to, build up a bigger population of cows so then you have more later. A lot of them are just going to disappear and then, oh, I guess we have no more food because we got greedy and just all of them are gone now. There's going to be supply shortage for sure, but, and I'm kind of segueing into something else here, but a little bit, actually, a lot of it you did say the fact that the government could sanction something. The government has the control of when this purge, regardless of period, happens, whether it's a day, a year, a millennia. But would other governments get involved in this, where it's like, oh, we could just hop the Canadian border and we're fine now, or is it like the purge scenario, the movie scenario, where it's like, oh, the rich are not affected by this. People in power, they're
You know
important.
what? I wouldn't be surprised if the rich are not affected by this because because the rich protect their own or something. Because if you're rich, you're fine. But if you're poor, then may the odds be ever in your favor, I guess. But um, but yeah, I agree with you. The rich will not be affected by this. Otherwise, the poor people will go after the rich. Let's be honest, you guys. If they're
Yeah,
not affected by it, no, the poor people will make sure they're affected by it because they're either gonna make them pay for some of the stuff, kill them or something, or hold them for ransom, or God knows whatever the fuck they would do to people.
unless if they knew prior to the event that this whole thing was happening. Let's say
Yeah, they.
everyone who's in the upper 10th percentile gets notified in their email address today that, oh, you have 1 week to leave the country if you choose to, yeah, or you have 1 week to find protection. And, well, they're going to take up that offer. So now it's just
Yep,
the
yep,
little tiny ants that are in your that are in your backyard instead of you, right? It's just a
yep.
measly
I
little
agree wholeheartedly.
ants.
That's gonna happen because I've watched too many like I watched too many movies for that to happen because the rich will definitely get notified ahead of time or something if you're part of this or something.
And yeah, I mean, if we're going to talk about rich getting notified, that's why a lot of the times in those movies, yes, all of the rich people are gone except for this one because who knows, maybe their taxi driver got sick and perished or something. And it's like, oh well, I guess I'm stuck in my mansion for now. And they're, the second victim of the purge or something like that. Because like everyone knows that the rich. I'm rambling, but I have a feeling that that would happen in a lot of those movies.
Yeah, we've definitely seen too many movies for all this to happen.
Oh yeah,
I think we're pretty much done with this,
We
right?
pretty much completed it, so
we
So
pretty much are, but it is okay. Let's put it this way: from either one of you, because I'm kind of tapped out.
if I would say something about the purge, like the people that are that like to be the bad guy in movies or something, or the good guys, like there's gonna be a lot of those here.
Yeah, we already have a lot of main character syndromes.
Yeah, because there's gonna be someone out there that's gonna be dressed as a Joker or something and start killing people, and it's not me this time.
Oh right,
And
you
and
did
I
dress up as
and
Joe.
I and I love the Joker. If anything, I would be dressed up as the Joker to defend people from people.
I think I might still have videos of you as the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw my Comic-Con photos on my Instagram, it's there.
Plenty of them.
I mean, I was Kylo Ren too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that could also happen. Like people will actually find a way to make role play a reality and start, doing that stuff.
To be honest, though, like with that roleplay idea, is it really role playing if the stakes are so high?
I mean, like I said, it's no longer role play. It's something, they're just playing. They're playing a villain while using the Purge as an excuse or something.
It must probably be like pretty weird waking up like the day after the last day of the Purge, whatever length it's going to be, but waking up like the next day after and be like, maybe you get this hangover sort of effect where it's like, what did I do? What happened? What was it? I don't even know what Purge is. What is it? No, but like that must be weird. Like finally, actually having your conscience catch up with you, and finally thinking, "Oh, I did that. Oh no!" If you have a conscience, but
I think the economy will also take a hit, right?
oh yeah, I mean for sure. If every item is off of the shelf,
Yeah,
that's done. That's like okay, no more
also,
going to.
I think
stores.
if this really happens, I think the population will also be. I don't know how stupid people will be to just keep killing people over and over again, but there will be casualties and stuff.
There will be casualties, however, in some tense situations, I can imagine that some people are, let's just say, creating more population, right?
I mean, do you think it will be a quarantine COVID thing 2.0 if the Purge border happened and just people just barricading themselves inside? But at the same time,
Quarantine plus probably what it would have been.
yeah, it's pretty much quarantine plus, but at the same time, it's pretty much a Call of Duty. It's like the Hunger Games outside or something.
It's not a quarantine; it's a Corin mid-20s, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna happen like this. People will definitely barricade and loot stores and stuff, and and some people will probably kill people or something, and start like burning houses or whatever. 'Cause that will happen for sure if Purge were to happen.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's just about it, really.
Oh, that is actually something. One of the last, the literal last bullet point that we have is talk about crimes we would hypothetically commit. We did the funny ones, we did the stealing ones. They could be comedic or serious. Heck, even both. We didn't talk about like genuinely serious ones, and I don't think we need to.
I mean, if it were to happen, if someone does piss me off, I would actually probably do that or something.
Mm-hmm. It would just
not kill them, but just beat the crap out of them.
Unleash the demons, and yeah.
And literally terrify the hell out of them as I do the Joker or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because a part of that could just be like method acting, sort of, where it's like, oh, the character just takes over, and it's like, oh well.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was the Joker, or that was Batman.
Because literally, if I have someone in my clutch, I would literally do the whole "Why So Serious" speech to him because I remember it. Like I remember the whole speech by heart, and I would actually do that. I would love to do that to someone someday. But it's only to someone that I hate, I dislike, though.
Would you do it with a consenting person who you don't hate, but like?
Oh no,
they say I'll do it.
I mean, if they want to do it, that's fun. But
you heard it here first.
But DomJake, what would you do?
Oof.
For genuine actual ones.
I mean, hey,
Okay. Do you want to go first? Because I think we should probably,
if
you
I,
know, kill
if
it
I,
with a bang, sort of, right? We should probably end this with a bang. So,
And
you want to take this a
here
serious
we
one?
what was I gonna say? For
go.
my somewhat serious crime, I probably wouldn't go as far as ending someone's life, but yeah, I would literally give them a bruise if it was something I genuinely hate.
Is this person the one in high school? That you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I was
he could be an
there.
example. I was maybe probably, but I've already let that pass. I've already kind of moved on from that. But
Yeah.
if I were to go back, I guess, or I don't know, I would
I mean,
probably
I would have helped you beat him up though. But
if
yeah,
I as far as ending his life, but yeah, I would give him the bruises, the whole 9 yards.
yeah.
Because
And
yeah, I definitely found out in that moment that I am a freeze type of person. Like, that fight, flight, or freeze. I just froze. Like, I didn't try leaving, but I also, uh,
Well, you just witnessed like everyone's dark demons.
yeah, we all did that. We were all there, and like, of course, I do kind of kick myself for not stepping in any real way. I was just there. I was just
Well,
another flower in the ground, right? Like,
I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'm definitely not the type to just go.
right, yeah. Because the people that would just go are probably the people that will do that right away.
Yeah.
As soon as the purge happens, you're gonna hear the sirens that say, "Whoop, this is the purge." And then as soon as you hear that siren, you're gonna hear all of your neighborhood sirens going like, "Yeah, it's my time!" Right?
no, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
so I
anyways,
did say that I would finish this with a bang. So I'm going
I
to say my serious one, and I am not going to edit this out. Judge me how you will. I don't give a shit. But there is a morbid curiosity in my head where I might want to see if I could get away with something. Something heinous, something that you've heard in 1960s to now newspapers and articles. I want to see if I could maybe be serial. Do some serializing of different victims. But I think only people that have seriously wronged me. Because I'm not going to be like that one serial killer who's like,
so you're gonna be like the Punisher or something?
I'm going to be well, honestly, how black and white is it?
I get like punishing like bad people because I would actually support you for that.
But the sort of thing is like, oh, I just want to know what I'm capable of. And if the purge was like one day, and maybe this killing supposedly happened a day after the purge, would they really know that based off of timing, or would they see that, oh, based on the decay of this individual, it happened on the purge day, so we can't do anything, but we know you did it, or they just get away with it.
I mean, as long as no one sees you doing it or something.
No loose ends. You're next, right? But no, like I'm probably not going to get to that point unless if there was a purge. But I do kind of want to know if I can get away with some things. Like,
But all I gotta say is just stay armed and make sure you don't fully trust anybody.
Right, yeah, because as soon as I say, "Oh, hey Dom, you know that guy who spit in your face while you were working at Starbucks?" I
Oh
know.
yeah, of course I do.
Well, here's a head as a present. Open it up. Oh wait, I
All right,
spoiled
calm
the
down, Ted Bundy.
You
surprise.
already told me. Wait. So wait. There's what in here? Oh, now I don't want to open this. Here you go. You can have it.
All right, calm down, Ted Bundy.
Oh yeah.
All right.
No, not Ted Bundy. Jeffrey Dahmer. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, because this generation, to kind of tie it back to before, you know the Netflix show that happened about Dahmer, right?
Yeah.
Well, because of that Netflix series, I've seen that our generation is getting Dahmer and Dahmer.
And
Yeah.
people are actually worshiping him. Do you believe that? And
Oh my
think
God,
Crazy.
and thinking
I
that it's hot.
a lot of
Good.
them seem to have this sort of uh, quasi Stockholm syndrome, where it's like, I mean, they're not in their grasp or whatever, but they see the court cases on TV and they're like, "Oh my God, he's so hot. I would have let him kill me," or something like that, right?
Sounds like some psycho type.
People are
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. People are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just about it, really, to talk
Well,
about the
is
Purge.
that okay? Well, any closing statements? Since I'm the
Well, all I gotta say is thank you guys for having me. This was fun. I'm looking forward for the next one. I'm probably, if you don't mind me asking, if I'm gonna be like a reoccurring guest or something, because I
you,
enjoy talking to you guys.
you're more than welcome to be a reoccurring guest if you want to,
Definitely.
because we really enjoyed it this episode. Well,
But
yeah, we would like to have you back at some point.
Yep. Thank you guys
Yeah,
for having me again.
no problem. This has been episode 9 of the DomJake podcast. Well, peace out, everyone.
Have a good day, everyone.
Right. I'll come for you in your sleep.
because it's the purge.
And
Okay,
let
bye.
the purge begin.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.